students, welcome to your chemistry classmate. In today's lecture, we shall learn about some important expected models from the gas state. So, I collected some various kinds of objective models from my textbook. So, I would like to explain those all questions from my textbook itself. So, I hope you are following comfortably. So, we shall start our session with question number 143 as per my textbook. So, look at the first question. 1 mole of N2O4 gaseous state at 300 Kelvin is kept in a closed container under 1 atmosphere pressure. It is heated to 600 Kelvin when 20% by mass of N2O4 decomposed to NO2. Then the resultant pressure is 1.2 atmospheres, 2.4 atmospheres, 2 atmospheres and 1 atmosphere. Okay. So this is IIT 1996 question. So as per my knowledge, I hope some of the important questions, easy level questions from the previous IIT, definitely they will give in the coming NEET examination. So that is my assumption only. So but definitely these models you can solve very easily after my explanation. So observe here. So we shall solve in another paper. See there, 1 mole of N2O2. So some container is there. You know this is a reversible reaction. How can you know that? Because N2O4 converting to NO2. Is it okay? This is the balancing equation because it is happens in a closed container. Definitely it is a reversible reaction. Is it okay? So initially it is at 300 Kelvin. Finally it is at 600 Kelvin. At that time 20% by mass it is dissociated. That means degree of dissociation. Indirectly alpha value given. 20% nothing but you will get 0.2. Now observe here. Initially in any reaction if you consider 1 mole there is no product, but after certain time, after attaining equilibrium, if you know alpha moles are dissociated, automatically alpha moles are formed, but as per balancing equation you can take 2 alpha. Therefore total number of moles at equilibrium is equal to 1 minus alpha plus 2 alpha. Then what will get here? 1 plus alpha. So alpha value already got. What is that? 0.2. That is 1 plus 0.2. Then we'll get 1.2. That means final number of moles we got 1.2. Is it okay? Now initial conditions what they given? N1 equal to 1 mole and atmospheric pressure already given P1 equal to 1. Final number of moles N2 equal to we got 1.2. Is it okay? And final pressure what they asked here, the resultant pressure is final pressure. So P2 equal to how much we are supposed to identify, and initial temperature T1 equal to 300 Kelvin given already. So final temperature also given, that is a 600 Kelvin. Now by combining N1 P1 T1 N2 P2 T2, what is the relation you know? So as per the from the ideal gas equation you can write it is P1 by P2 equal to N1 T1 by N2 T2. Is it acceptable or not? So definitely. Now here all the values you know except P2. Then if you substitute what will get here? So 1 by P2 equal to P1 equal to 1 already you know. So this is 1 into 300 by 1.2 into 600. So observe here, if you simplify the entire value will get 2.4. Is it clear? Then what is our option here? 2.4 atmospheres. Is it clear? 2.4. Is it okay? So very simple model, but it is a fusion type of question because here equilibrium equilibrium concept mixed with the gas state. Is it okay? Right. Look at the next question. The kinetic energy of 1 mole of ideal gas at 300 Kelvin in kilojoules is. So this is a direct question. There is no logic. Directly if you remember the kinetic energy formula. What is the kinetic energy formula? Ke equal to 3 by 2 nRT. Is it okay? Now 3 by 2 n nothing but 1 mole they given 1. R value they given in terms of, finally what is the answer we are supposed to identify in terms of kilojoules. So automatically this is 0.0821 into temperature given 300. Okay, so if you simplify you will get 3.7. Is it okay? That is why option is C. Is it clear? Very simple formula, direct substitution. Is it okay? Right. Look at the next question. Which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? So very simple question. CO2, water vapor, CH4 and O2. So among all, definitely which is required continuously, oxygen we require continuously, definitely it is not a greenhouse gas. So generally which causes, suppose if this content is, if CO2 content is more, it is dangerous to the respiratory system, to the nature. Similarly water vapor also, similarly CH4 also, but not in the case of O2. That is why O2 is not a greenhouse gas. Remaining three are the greenhouse gases. Is it clear? Now look at the next 146th question. 3.2 grams of oxygen is diffused in 10 minutes. In similar conditions, 2.8 grams will diffuses in. Okay, so this is the diffusion concept, rate of diffusion concept. You know, as per the rate of diffusion, R1 by R2 equal to root of M2 by M1. Is it okay? So here they're discussing about rate of diffusion of oxygen versus nitrogen. That is why what we can take RO2 by RN2 equal to MN2 by MO2. Is it okay? MN2 nothing but this is 28 by 32. Molecular weight of nitrogen 28, molecular weight of oxygen 32. But here 3.2 grams of oxygen diffuses in 10 minutes. So weight given, time given. So as per the rate of diffusion, one more formula is there. R equal to R1 by R2 equal to V1 by T1 by V2 by T2. Is it okay? This is also one of the formula. Is it okay? Now again volume we don't know here directly, but volume directly proportional to number of moles. Is it clear? So that is why number of moles you can get from here. What is the reason? Weight given, substitution. What is the substance that is given? That is why 3.2 grams of oxygen nothing but what is the number of moles? 3.2 by 32. That means what we can take here, 3.2 grams by 32 grams divided by 10. This is about oxygen details because 10 minutes. Next one is 2.8 grams of nitrogen. That means 2.8 grams of nitrogen by 28 grams of nitrogen divided by T2 because we don't know this one. This entire value is equal to root of 28 by 32. Is it clear? Is it clear? So from this explanation, if you simplify, you'll get the T value. Is it okay? So if you simplify, you'll get T value nearly 9.3. That means what is your answer here? 9.3 minutes. That means 3.2 grams of oxygen diffuses in 10 minutes. Then nitrogen diffuses within 9.3 minutes only. Here small logic is compared to oxygen, nitrogen molecular weight is less. Definitely within short span of time it can diffuse. Is it clear? Right. Look at the next question. How many liters of oxygen is how many liters of oxygen at STP are needed to complete combustion of 39 grams of liquid benzene as per equation given below. So they only given one equation. What is that equation here? 2C6H6 plus 15O2 gives 12CO2 plus 6H2O. Is it okay? How many liters of O2 at STP are needed to complete combustion of 39 grams of benzene? So oxygen expressed in terms of volume, benzene expressed in terms of weight. That is why this is a mass volume relation also. Is it okay? Mass volume relation. Already this reaction is stoichiometric, means balanced. So 15 into 22.4 liters of benzene requires 2 into 78 grams of benzene. Is it okay? Molecular weight of benzene 6 into 12 plus 6, so 78, but 2 moles. So 2 into 78 grams of benzene requires 15 into 22.4 liters of oxygen. But as per the given question, what they asked, 39 grams of benzene requires how much volume of the oxygen? Is it clear? For this combustion, this is the combination given. So if we take this is X, then what we can take now, X equal to 15 into 22.4 into 39 by 2 into 78. Is it okay? So if you simplify here, you will get nearly 84 liters. 84 liters. Simple process. Here mole concept, stoichiometric reaction, numericals also involved indirectly. Is it okay? So this is the what is the final answer? You'll get 84 liters. Is it clear? Now look at the next question. Oxygen and cyclopropane at a partial pressure of 570 torr and 170 torr respectively are mixed in a gas cylinder. Okay, so one gas cylinder is there, and here oxygen and cyclopropane both are present in a cylinder. And here what the data given, partial pressure of oxygen is 570 torr and cyclopropane is 170 torr. So pressures given, they are mixed. What is the ratio of number of moles of cyclopropane to the number of moles of oxygen? Cyclopropane to number of, so n cyclopropane to n oxygen, how much they asked. So see there, here pressure given, partial pressure given, number of moles they asked. Then what is the relation between pressure versus number of moles? So generally at a constant volume and temperature, partial pressure is directly proportional to number of moles, you know that. Then what you get here, P1 by P2 equal to N1 by N2. Then what you get here, 170 by 570. Then you get 0.3. Then what is the answer? See there, 170 by 570. So fourth one. Is it clear? So direct small logic question, pressure versus number of moles relation. Is it okay? Right. Look at the next question. At which one of the following temperature and pressure conditions the deviation of gas from ideal behavior is expected to be minimum? So generally what is the ideal condition? Ideal behavior becomes more pronounced at generally low pressure and high temperature. So which combination is the low pressure and high temperature? Observe ultimately option A. Is it okay? Is it clear? Direct question based on the concept textbook level only. So look at the next question. Which of the following expression correctly represents the relationship between the average molar kinetic energy of CO and N2 molecules at the same temperature? See, small logic is here, CO molecular weight is 28, N2 molecular weight 28. So generally what is the relation they have? Kinetic energy, definitely they have same. Small logic question. So Ke of CO equal to Ke of N2. Is it clear? Now look at the next question. 1 mole of argon gas will have least density at. So see that this is the small logical question. 1 mole of argon gas is available. It must be shows the least density. Generally at what conditions it shows the least density? General notation see there. Suppose if temperature is more, automatically pressure is less. Is it correct or not? So temperature is more, pressure is less. So pressure is less, automatically volume is more. If volume is more, automatically density is less. Is it clear? So temperature more, pressure less, volume more, automatically density less. So here density less condition. So density less condition which will be fulfilled here? Which will be fulfilling? See there. Low pressure, high temperature. Low pressure, high temperature. What is the condition here? See there. Fourth option. Is it clear? Say small logic question. This is also. Now look at the next question. At 100 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere, if the density of liquid water is 1 gram centimeter per minus 3 and that of water vapor is 0.0006 gram per centimeter cube, then the volume occupied by water molecules in 1 liter of steam at that temperature is. So see there, 100 degrees centigrade, what is the condition given? 100 degrees centigrade and 1 atmosphere pressure. They are discussing about water and steam. So what they discussed, the density of liquid water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, and water vapor is 0.0006 gram per centimeter cube. Then the volume occupied by water molecules in 1 liter of the steam. Volume occupied by water molecules in 1 liter of steam. So 1 liter of steam contains how many water molecules they asked. That means indirectly what they asked? Volume they asked. Now observe here, mass of 1 liter of water vapor equal to. So density equal to mass per volume. This formula Okay, mass equal to density into volume. So in the case of 1 liter water vapor, if you take density 0.0006. Volume 1 liter given, that means 1000 ml. Then what get here? 0.6 centimeter cube. So this is the mass of water vapor. Now in this case finally what they asked? Volume occupied by water molecules in 1 liter steam. water molecules in 1 liter stream. So volume equal to, again, what is the formula you are supposed to take? So m by d, v equal to m by d. M how much you got? 0.6 centimeter cube. Is it okay? Density how much? 1. Density of water. Then what will get here? 0.6 centimeter cube. Then what is our answer here? 0.6 centimeter. So C. Is it clear? Is it okay procedure? So 100 degrees centigrade, 1 atmosphere, water density given, steam density given. Finally they asked volume occupied by water molecules in 1 liter steam they asked. So first identify the mass of the steam, then identify the volume in terms of water. So V equal to m by d, then m value got 0.6, density of the water is 1, then you'll get 0.6. Is it clear? So I hope you understood all the models very clearly. So like this, in this way we shall continue few more expected models. So you go through the each and every question clearly. If any comments, please leave in the comment box, and suggest to your friends also. Definitely it is helpful to you during this pandemic time. It is helpful to you. So maximum, as much as possible, I covered all the models. So subscribe it and share it. Thank you.